Glenboro team, so I love coming here. But I want to start by acknowledging that we are on Treaty 1 territory, the traditional homeland of the Anishinaabe, Innu, Ojibwe, Dakota, and Dene peoples, as well as the homeland of the Red River Métis. We make these land acknowledgements to honor the Indigenous peoples, recognize their historical and ongoing connection to the land, and promote reconciliation and understanding. I also want to acknowledge the Mayor and members of Council for the municipality of Glenboro South Cypress. We are so grateful for having us out here and hosting us here today. Like many of you, I grew up in a rural community, just like this one, not far from here in St. Lazare, Manitoba. Bonus star if you know where that is. And I know what it's like to grow up in a small town. And since getting elected in 2023, myself, the Premier, and every other minister have traveled the province listening to rural Manitobans, consulting with rural Manitobans, and ensuring that rural Manitobans are never again ignored. Over the last 2.5 years, I've seen our government invest in infrastructure projects at the Verdun Airport, the Rivers Dam, Main Street here in Glenboro, and the Oak Lake Dam. That was my department, so I'm especially proud of that one. I've seen Minister Moyes increase our investments to combat aquatic invasive species in places like Lake of the Prairies, Prairie Lakes, and all over the province. I've also stood with Minister Wiebe in Swan River to announce anti-crime prevention programs that will benefit families across the province. And whether it's opening a minor injury illness clinic in Brandon, opening the Carberry ER, I've seen Minister Asagwara travel to places like right here in Glenboro this week to find out what's needed and how we can include all communities in our goal to fix healthcare. Or whether it's investing in the Assiniboine College Prairie Innovation Center, our goal is to work with educators and create the premier agriculture education program for your kids in Canada and in Western Manitoba. We want people to get a quality education close to home that they can return to their communities at night where they grew up and contribute to the thriving agriculture sector. But it also starts with the leader who truly believes that One Manitoba means making sure that communities like Glenboro get the same respect and attention as every other community in the province. And to tell you more, please welcome the Premier of Manitoba, Wab Kinew.
Well, thank you so much, Glenn, and thanks to everybody who has joined us here today. The sun is shining, it's a beautiful day, pretty warm when you're wearing a suit jacket, but I couldn't be happier to see everybody. And yeah, this is one of the best places in the province to be during this time of year. So we're here today to announce more than $115 million in road and bridge repairs for Highway 2, Highway 5, and 34. So this is all about making sure that Manitobans, especially folks who live in rural communities, have a good quality of life, are safe as you lead those good lives, and are proud of this province that we all love so much. Now we know in rural Manitoba, people often spend a lot of time on the road. And I can tell you from firsthand experience that some of the roads nearby here could use some more attention. My friends here behind the camera just heard me talking about Highway 5 just to our north. And I'm glad that 15 kilometers of that stretch is going to be repaired as part of this announcement. Yesterday we were in Brandon, and I can say that to the voters here in Glenboro, you should be very proud of some of your local leadership as well as some of the leadership of nearby RMs who pretty much, I would say, chased us down and said 34 and Highway 2 need more attention, need more investment. And so, hey, we're listening government, right? You know, ask, and we'll do our best to help make sure that those needs are met. When we look around the country today, though, this country that we love so much, we know that it's also got to be about our economy. putting people to work, making sure that the folks with high-vis gear on and the people who do this road repair and infrastructure investments have the opportunity to keep powering our economy forward. We know that there's a whole situation going on with the Trump administration. Across Canada, people are thinking about how are we going to build up our Canadian economy. Well, investing in our local infrastructure is one of the best ways that we can stand up for Team Canada. It puts people to work, it creates spin-off investments in the community, and then those dollars continue to get reinvested in communities like this one. So we're standing here to make sure that the roads get fixed, make sure that people have a good quality of life, but along the way, we're doing our part as part of this $3.7 billion infrastructure program to ensure that the True North will always stay strong and free and that we will never be the 51st state. So a couple other quick details here. The bridges that we're talking about just to our north here to get to the Spruce Woods Provincial Park, and then again on 34 as I mentioned, and some of the additional work on Highway 2 at the Souris River to ensure that the structure there is rehabilitated. And there's a lot of attention paid in Minister Simard's introduction to folks on the team who've been doing great work. And I just wanted to take a moment to highlight, I guess, two other angles of that. One is you got Minister Lisa Naylor here, the infrastructure minister, who can just give you every single fact and figure, and you're about to see that when the reporters start asking their questions. She's also, I think to our knowledge, the first woman who has served as an infrastructure minister in Manitoba's history. And so we're very proud of the amazing job that she's doing. And then the second angle that I wanted to highlight is the local leadership. When we have partners on infrastructure projects, on public safety, on just making sure that life stays affordable and the economy can keep moving forward, or on healthcare. And I can tell you that local leadership have been advocating strongly on healthcare. And we hear you loud and clear. That's a major priority for us as well too. But working together with the municipal leadership, the provincial government, with the community, that's how we build up Manitoba and make it that one province united with one future that we're all so very proud of. So I want to give you a heads up in advance when we get to the Q&A. They might be doing some political questions, but I just want to make very clear, the orange that we're here to talk about is not that political orange. The orange we're talking about today is that orange on the pylons, on the high-vid vests, and on the flags for all the road work that's underway this year, next year, and in 2027 with this big announcement. Miigwech, merci. Thank you very much for joining us here today.
Thank you very much, Premier. And I'd like to introduce you all to the hardest working minister in the legislature. She's responsible for the Emergency Measures Organization, highways and infrastructure, so you can imagine a large portfolio. And I'm very happy to introduce you all to Lisa Naylor, the Minister of Infrastructure and Transportation.
Thanks, Glenn. That's how Minister from Brandon gets things done, by second up to the highways minister.
18th Street.
But I appreciate the kind words. I want to thank you all for joining us here today for this exciting announcement. I am very proud that we are investing $115 million to upgrade Highway 2 and surrounding infrastructure, improving safety and reliability for Westman families. This key investment will improve road safety and drive economic growth to local communities and across the province. We're listening to Manitobans, and that is why we're here today. We know these roadways were neglected by the previous government for far too long, but under our leadership, we've been taking action to address these long overdue infrastructure needs. I recognize the importance of Highway 2 to this community, and this investment reflects the priorities of our government, upgrading routes that benefits residents, farmers, businesses, and even tourists who come to enjoy Manitoba's natural attractions. Agriculture is absolutely the backbone of Manitoba's economy, and local agriculture producers have faced significant hardship due to poor road conditions and spring road restrictions. These projects support our farming communities and local economies by improving the accessibility of these critical roads in Westman. The specific projects include rehabilitating 15 kilometers of PTH 5 north of PTH 2 to lift spring road restrictions and increase allowable axle weights, grading repairs on PTH 32, including temporary guardrails and reduced speed limits to enhance safety and improve road conditions. And 2 bridges will also be replaced near PTH 2 over the Assiniboine River, PTH 34, and the bridge at Spruce Woods, which is vital to visitors wanting to access the provincial park. We understand the importance of investing in transportation infrastructure to improve safety and support economic development and foster stronger communities. So this $115 million investment will make travel safer while strengthening economic opportunities for rural Manitoba. And by addressing these long-standing infrastructure challenges, we are doing our best to support local agriculture and helping to grow the economy. This is all part of our historic $2.7 billion investment to build Manitoba and create thousands of good jobs right here at home. I look forward to seeing these projects improve the quality of life for your community and many people across Manitoba and supporting the long-term growth and prosperity in our communities. Thank you very much.
Great job. Nice job, Lisa.
Thank you very much for that, Minister Naylor. So I guess the book on Simard is out. But I will say that
That was a good joke.
I come to Glenboro very often, and one of the greatest ball diamonds in southwestern Manitoba is right here. And the work that you did on revitalizing that field, I think, is just an example of the kind of work that can happen in a community like this. And you know, the representative that you have for your community, Mayor Charles Radford, is here to talk to you about a little bit about the project and what it means for Glenboro.
Good afternoon, everybody. Charles Radford, Mayor of Glenboro South Cypress. On behalf of the municipality of council members and the residents of Glenboro South Cypress, we'd like to welcome Premier Wab Kinew, Minister Naylor, and Minister Glen Simard to Glenboro. It's really pretty cool you guys came out here, because I know yourself and the ministers are busier than a 9-tailed cat in a rocking chair factory. You're going everywhere, so thank you for this. For those who have called Glenboro home, we're very proud of this community, and we love living here. I'm from BC, and I'm enjoying Manitoba. Maybe not the winters, but I'm enjoying this. Glenboro South Cypress municipality is a farming area and a great place for families and retirees to work, do business, and reside. It is also a tourist destination. People come from all over the world to visit. We're also fortunate to have a vibrant business sector. We take pride in living in this beautiful region of Manitoba, except for the winters. I got to throw that in there. For those who are watching from home, this is a place where you can enjoy exceptional recreation opportunities, including Spruce Woods Provincial Park, golf course, ball diamonds, a hockey arena, movie theater, senior center, and much more. Glenboro also hosts a kindergarten to grade 12 school, a hospital, and a brand new medical facility that should be up and running here in about springtime, we're hoping. That is currently under construction. We're on to live next door to the brave men and women of CFB Shiloh. I'm an ex-veteran myself, and I did a lot of time in Shiloh while I was working out here in Glenboro also. It's awesome to be out here. Sorry, I lost my train of thought here. We're both regular forces and primary reserve troops frequently do training. And on occasions we host troops from other countries, such as Germany, France, Denmark, and the United States. We're pleased to work closely with our nations, with the Swan Lake First Nation, who also share a strong agricultural economy, and is with our residents to enjoy the Sandhill casinos. All these wonderful attractions require the support of modern and safe infrastructure. The highways that will be getting upgraded are an important support system that follow farmers to get their product to market and bring consumers, tourism, and economic development to our community. Highway 2 is a route that takes many visitors and our friends and families to communities like Wanesa and Cypress. For those reasons, we are grateful for the upgrades that are being announced today. Premier Kinew, Minister Naylor, we thank you for your commitment and upgrade of these important highways, and we thank you for coming to our community to make this announcement. You're welcome here anytime.
Glad to hear.
And do you golf?
Not well.
I golf.
I suck at it, but you might join
Thank
me
you
one
for
day.
your service.
Better than I do.
Appreciate that. Well done.
You notice he didn't ask me if I golf. I do.
He's got bodyguards, so I'll take him.
And I would also say, I mean, there was a lot of traffic going by during this press conference, and just illustrates the importance of getting this done. And thank you as Minister for Liquor and Lotteries for that plug for the Sandhills Casino. Much appreciated. And you forgot, go Wildcats, go Canucks. And that brings us to the end of the formal part of our press conference, and we will now take your questions.
You got those numbers? They're here.
Got them, I think. I don't.
Do you want to? Why don't you go ahead and then you can just take this.
You want to go ahead?
Yeah, go ahead.
You want me to go ahead?
Yeah, you can go after
Okay.
you.
Sorry. Just can you? We were just debating who was taking this. Can you just ask the last part of your question again? So that dollar value takes into the rehabilitation of the 15 kilometers of PTH 5, that's north of PTH 2, and the grading repairs on PTH 32, as well as the guardrails and the 2 bridges that are being replaced near PTH 2, and the bridge at Spruce Woods. So that's what's included in that dollar value. The Premier might have something additional to add to that.
They handed me the stuff that's already in flight,
Okay.
right? So what Minister Naylor's talking about is going forward, new investments. The stuff that you're looking at currently right now, it's $5 million on 2 and 13, and $35.7 million for the surface work on 2 for 25 kilometers. So again, the stuff that's going to be coming up later this year, going into next year, are the 2 bridges on 5 and 34. The surface work, 15 clicks going up on Highway 5, and the Surus structure rehabilitation work on 2 over at the river there.
So this area right down here, right outside the community, is that from last year's budget or this?
The work that's already been completed?
It's the current year's budget.
Yeah,
But
but the work's been completed.
It's not what we're announcing here today, because you can see it already. Stuff we're announcing today, we're asking you to picture in your mind how smooth that road's going to be coming forward in the future.
Just wanted to confirm it's not part of this particular announcement.
That's
Correct.
right.
Yeah.
This is new.
And under the heading of what have you done for me lately, people are asking about from Highway 10 to the Ninette turnoff. Is that in the works? Has anybody driven that piece of road? People are asking.
You know what? I'm gonna get staff to follow up with you. I don't have. I mean, we've got about 1,000 different projects at any given time in MTI, so I can't always answer the timeline. If you haven't taken a look at the 5-year plan, that is on our website, and any road, actually, any project can be looked up on the MTI website. But we will get the staff to follow up with you on the specific question that you asked.
Yeah, this one's for municipal.
You can explain.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the what's been done in town was part of the Manitoba Growth and Renewal Opportunities Grant, which comes out of Municipal Northern Relations. So that's called Manitoba Grow. So we have yearly intakes on that, and Glenboro South Cypress was a recipient of a significant grant to do those roads in town. So that was awarded quite a long time ago.
Great. don't think there was online.
No one online? So that brings us to the end of our press
have
conference and
others?
announcement. Oh, another follow-up? How about beside to your right? Or all right, I'm good too.
I can always ask about the upcoming Spruce Woods by-election. When's it going to be called? That'd be the only question I have, but you're obviously not going to tell me. So.
Sun is shining. Beautiful day. Great announcement.
Highway smooth.
Highway smooth.
That's all we need.
We're busier than how many tails on a cat in a
Nine-tailed cat in a rocking chair factory.
Pretty good.
I had to throw that in there.
And just a
Remember that one.
quick word. Thank you everyone for coming out today and showing your support for this announcement and for the work that we're doing in Western Manitoba. Really appreciate seeing all of you here today. So that brings us to the end of our presser.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Well, thanks so much. Good job, man.